Aphra Behn (1640–1689) was a pioneering English playwright and novelist, known for being one of the first women to earn her living through writing. She was a significant figure in the Restoration era, a period of English history marked by the return of the monarchy after years of Puritan rule under Oliver Cromwell. As a woman playwright in the 17th century, Behn faced numerous challenges and prejudices that were prevalent in a society that often relegated women to the private sphere. Despite these obstacles, she managed to break through these gender barriers and achieve recognition as a professional writer. Here are some key points about Aphra Behn's experience as a woman playwright. Gender constraints. During Behn's time, women were generally excluded from formal education and professional pursuits, including the arts. Theater, in particular, was considered morally dubious, and female participation was often met with skepticism. Pseudonym. Behn faced difficulties in being taken seriously as a female writer, so she often used a pseudonym, Astrea, to conceal her identity. This allowed her work to be judged on its merits rather than being dismissed outright due to her gender. Financial independence. One of Behn's most notable achievements was her ability to support herself through her writing. This was a remarkable feat for a woman of her time, as most women were financially dependent on their families or husbands. Playwriting. Behn's plays often dealt with themes of love, sexuality, and power dynamics, reflecting the social and political climate of the Restoration era. Her plays were known for their wit, humor, and exploration of gender roles. Controversy. Some of Behn's works were controversial and pushed the boundaries of societal norms. Her play, The Rover, 1677, for instance, explored themes of sexual freedom and the agency of women, challenging conventional ideas of morality. Criticism and support. Behn faced criticism and skepticism from some male contemporaries, who questioned her suitability as a playwright due to her gender. However, she also found support from other literary figures and patrons who recognized her talent. Literary legacy. Behn's contributions to English literature and theater paved the way for future generations of female writers. Her determination to succeed in a male-dominated field inspired later women writers to pursue their creative passions. Social commentary. Through her plays, Behn commented on the complexities of society, politics, and relationships. Her works provide valuable insights into the cultural landscape of her time. Aphra Behn's legacy as a woman playwright is significant not only for her own accomplishments but also for the doors she helped open for women in literature and the arts. Her work challenged societal norms, providing a platform for discussions about gender, power, and identity that remain relevant to this day. Biography of Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn, born Aphra Johnson, was a remarkable figure of the Restoration era. While some details of her early life remain uncertain, here's an overview of her biography. Birth. Aphra Behn is believed to have been born around 1640, although the exact date and place of her birth are not definitively known. She was likely born in Kent, England. Early life. Behn's early life is relatively undocumented. She may have spent time in Suriname, now Suriname, in South America, an experience that influenced some of her later writings. Spying. During the 1660s, Behn worked as a spy for Charles II's government. She was sent to Antwerp on a mission to gather intelligence during the Anglo-Dutch Wars. Writing career. Behn turned to writing after her return from Antwerp. She published her first collection of poems upon several occasions, in 1684. Her writing career included plays, poetry, novels, and translations. Plays. Behn is best known for her plays, many of which were performed on the stages of London. Some of her notable plays include The Rover, The Feigned Courtesans, The Dutch Lover, and The Emperor of the Moon. Novels. Behn's prose works include the novella, Orinoco, 1688, often considered one of the earliest English novels. Orinoco explores themes of race, slavery, and colonialism. Poetry. In addition to her early poetry collection, Behn's poems appeared in various publications and showcased her range of themes and styles. Death. Aphra Behn passed away on April 16, 1689, in London, England. She was buried in the East Cloister of Westminster Abbey. Published works of Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn's published works span a variety of genres, including plays, poetry, and prose. Here are some of her notable works. Plays. The Forked Marriage, 1670. The Amorous Prince, 1671. The Dutch Lover, 1673. Abdelazer, or the Moor's Revenge, 1677. The Rover, or the Banished Cavaliers, 1677. The Feigned Courtesans, 1679. The Roundheads, 1681. The City Heiress, or Sir Timothy Treat All, 1682. The Lucky Chance, or the Alderman's Bargain, 1686. The Emperor of the Moon, 1687. Novel. Orinoco, or the Royal Slave, 1688. Poetry. Poems upon Several Occasions, 1684. Prose. The Fair Jilt, published posthumously. Various translations and short prose pieces. These works showcase Behn's versatility as a writer and her engagement with a wide range of themes, from love and sexuality to politics and societal norms. Her writings continue to be studied, celebrated, and analyzed for their literary significance and contributions to cultural discourse. Let's delve into more detail with an example from Aphra Behn's work to illustrate her role as a woman playwright and her contributions to English literature. One of her most famous plays is The Rover, which showcases her unique perspective on gender roles and relationships during the Restoration era. Example: The Rover. The Rover, first performed in 1677, is a comedic play set in Naples during the carnival season. The play follows the adventures of a group of Englishmen, including the titular rovers, as they navigate love, lust, and political intrigue. 1. Exploration of gender dynamics. In The Rover, Behn skillfully explores the complexities of gender dynamics and challenges traditional notions of passive femininity. The character of Angelica Bianca, a courtesan, is a prime example. Angelica is a strong, independent woman who takes control of her own destiny. She refuses to conform to societal expectations and is unapologetically in charge of her own desires and relationships. This portrayal of a woman with agency and sexual independence was groundbreaking for its time. 2. Critique of hypocrisy. Behn uses the play to critique the double standards of society when it comes to sexual behavior. The male characters in the play engage in promiscuous and libertine behavior, but when the female characters assert their own desires, they are often judged and condemned. This highlights the hypocrisy that existed in the society of the time regarding gender and sexuality. 3. Humor and wit. Behn's wit and humor are evident throughout the play. She uses clever dialogue and situational comedy to create a lively and engaging story. The humor serves not only to entertain the audience but also to provide a platform for social commentary on the norms and behaviors of the era. 4. Subversion of tropes. Behn subverts traditional literary and theatrical tropes in The Rover. For example, she presents her female characters as multi-dimensional individuals with their own desires, motivations, and flaws, rather than merely as passive objects of desire. This challenges the conventional portrayal of women in literature at the time. 5. Complex characters. Behn's characters are not one-dimensional stereotypes but rather complex individuals with conflicting emotions and motivations. For instance, the character of Florinda grapples with her love for a man who initially abandoned her and the societal pressures that influence her decisions. Aphra Behn's The Rover exemplifies her skill as a playwright and her determination to address issues of gender, power, and societal norms through her work. Her ability to create nuanced characters and explore challenging themes helped pave the way for future generations of women writers to tackle similar topics and assert their voices in the literary world. Exploration of gender dynamics. The exploration of gender roles and dynamics in The Rover is still relevant today. The play challenges traditional notions of femininity and masculinity, highlighting the complexities of relationships, desires, and societal expectations. These themes continue to resonate as discussions about gender equality and the redefinition of gender roles persist in modern society. Agency and empowerment. Behn's portrayal of female characters with agency and sexual independence is relevant in the context of ongoing conversations about women's empowerment and autonomy. Characters like Angelica Bianca demonstrate the importance of women making their own choices and defying societal constraints. Critique of hypocrisy. The play's critique of hypocrisy in matters of sexuality and behavior is a theme that remains pertinent. Society's double standards and the judgment of women based on their sexual choices are issues that still require examination and discussion. Representation in literature. Behn's contributions to providing diverse and complex representations of women in literature are significant. Her characters challenge stereotypes and offer a more realistic and humanizing portrayal of women's experiences, which is still a relevant goal in modern storytelling. Humor is social commentary. Behn's use of humor to comment on societal norms and behaviors is an approach that continues to be effective in literature and entertainment. Humor can serve as a vehicle for discussing serious topics in a way that engages audiences and prompts reflection. Cultural critique. The Rover reflects the cultural and political climate of its time. Similarly, contemporary adaptations or interpretations of the play can serve as a lens through which to analyze and critique the present-day social and political landscape. Literary legacy. Aphra Behn's legacy as one of the first professional women writers in English literature continues to inspire women and marginalized voices to pursue careers in the arts. Her success in overcoming societal barriers serves as a testament to the importance of representation and diversity in creative fields. In essence, Aphra Behn's work and the themes explored in The Rover are still relevant because they touch on universal aspects of human experience, such as love, desire, power, and societal expectations that transcend historical and cultural boundaries. As long as these themes remain essential to our lives and discussions, Behn's contributions will continue to resonate. Aphra Behn serves as an inspiration for various reasons, particularly for her contributions as a woman playwright in a time when societal norms and gender barriers were significant challenges. Here's how she can be seen as an inspiration. Breaking gender barriers. Behn was one of the first women to successfully establish herself as a professional writer in a male-dominated literary world. Her ability to overcome societal expectations and pursue her passion for writing serves as an inspiration for women who aspire to excel in fields traditionally dominated by men. Financial independence. Behn's determination to earn a living through her writing showcased her tenacity and self-reliance. Her success as a playwright demonstrated that women could achieve financial independence and recognition through their creative talents. Championing women's voices. Through her plays and novels, Behn provided a platform for women's voices to be heard and their experiences to be explored in literature. She challenged conventional portrayals of women, creating complex and multi-dimensional female characters. Courage to tackle taboos. Behn's willingness to tackle controversial and taboo subjects in her works, such as sexuality and societal norms, shows her courage to push boundaries and address important issues of her time. Her fearlessness in addressing these topics encourages contemporary writers to engage with difficult subjects. Literary innovation. Behn's works were known for their wit, humor, and creative storytelling techniques. Her innovative approach to storytelling and her ability to capture the nuances of human behavior continued to inspire writers to experiment with narrative styles and perspectives. Legacy for women writers. Behn's success and perseverance set a precedent for generations of women writers who followed her. Her achievements opened doors for other women to pursue careers in literature and the arts, leaving a lasting impact on the trajectory of women's contributions to culture. Endurance through adversity. Behn faced criticism, skepticism, and financial challenges throughout her career, yet she continued to write and publish. Her resilience in the face of adversity is an inspiration for aspiring writers who may encounter obstacles on their creative journeys. Cultural and social commentary. Behn used her writing as a tool for cultural and social commentary. Her works shed light on societal issues of her time, demonstrating the power of literature to influence thought and discussion. This serves as a model for writers who wish to engage with important contemporary issues. Empowerment of marginalized voices. As a woman navigating a male-dominated field, Behn paved the way for other marginalized voices to share their stories and perspectives. Her example encourages writers from diverse backgrounds to contribute to the literary landscape. In summary, Aphra Behn's life and work inspire individuals to persevere in the face of challenges, to challenge societal norms, and to use creative expression as a means of empowerment and social change. Her legacy continues to resonate with those who seek to make their voices heard and to contribute meaningfully to the arts and society. Aphra Behn achieved a significant level of success as a Restoration playwright, especially considering the challenges she faced as a woman in a male-dominated field during the 17th century. Her success can be measured in several ways. Professional recognition. Behn was one of the first women in England to earn a living solely through her writing. This in itself is a remarkable accomplishment, as most women of her time were not allowed such autonomy and financial independence. Her ability to sustain herself through her writing demonstrates her success as a professional playwright. Published works. Behn's plays were not only performed on the stage but were also published, which was a mark of recognition and legitimacy. Her plays, including The Rover, The Feigned Courtesans, and The Lucky Chance, were well received and contributed to the growing popularity of Restoration drama. Audience appeal. Behn's plays were known for their wit, humor, and engaging storytelling. Her ability to capture the attention of audiences and keep them entertained contributed to the success of her works on the stage. Influence on genre. Behn's plays helped shape the development of Restoration comedy, a genre that was characterized by its sharp social commentary, witty dialogue, and exploration of themes related to love, sex, and society. Her contributions to this genre played a role in its evolution and popularity. Impact on literature. Behn's work laid the foundation for future generations of playwrights, both male and female. Her exploration of complex characters, social dynamics, and gender roles left a lasting impact on English literature and drama. Royal patronage. Behn had connections to influential figures, including King Charles II, who was known for his support of the arts. While the extent of this patronage is debated, her association with royal circles suggests a certain level of recognition and social standing. Legacy and influence. Behn's legacy as a woman playwright is enduring. Her achievements paved the way for other women to pursue careers in writing and other artistic endeavors. Many later writers, including Virginia Woolf, praised her contributions and celebrated her as a trailblazer. It's important to note that while Behn faced challenges, including criticism and skepticism due to her gender, she managed to overcome these obstacles and make a lasting impact on the literary landscape of her time and beyond. Her success as a Restoration playwright is a testament to her talent, determination, and ability to navigate a complex and often hostile environment. Aphra Behn is notable for several reasons, which collectively make her a significant figure in literary history. Pioneering female playwright. Behn is often credited as one of the first professional female playwrights in English literature. She broke through the gender barriers of her time to establish herself as a successful writer in a field that was predominantly male. Financial independence. Behn's ability to support herself through her writing was remarkable for a woman of her era. She demonstrated that women could achieve financial independence and succeed in a male-dominated profession. Literary contributions. Behn was a prolific writer, producing a wide range of works including plays, novels, poetry, and translations. Her plays, in particular, were known for their wit, humor, and exploration of contemporary themes. Exploration of gender and sexuality. Behn's works often delved into complex themes of gender roles, sexuality, and power dynamics. Her willingness to address these topics in her plays challenged societal norms and laid the groundwork for later discussions on these issues. Championing women's voices. Through her characters, Behn provided a platform for women's voices to be heard. Her portrayal of multidimensional female characters was a departure from the conventional stereotypes of her time. Political and social engagement. Behn's works often contained political and social commentary, reflecting the tumultuous times in which she lived. Her writings shed light on the political intrigue and social changes of the Restoration era. Cultural influence. Behn's impact extended beyond her lifetime. Her works influenced later writers and played a role in shaping the literary landscape of the 18th century and beyond. Role in Restoration drama. Behn's plays contributed to the development of the Restoration comedy genre, which was characterized by its satire, wit, and exploration of societal norms. Her works are considered important contributions to this genre. Enduring legacy. Despite periods of obscurity, Behn's legacy has endured. Her contributions have been rediscovered and celebrated by later generations of writers, scholars, and feminists. Trailblazer for women writers. Behn's achievements opened doors for future generations of women writers, showing that women could succeed in the literary world and inspiring others to pursue their creative passions. Complexity and contradictions. Behn's own life and personality were often as complex and intriguing as her characters. Her background as a spy, her relationships, and her ability to navigate the complexities of her time add to her allure as a historical figure. In summary, Aphra Behn's notability lies in her role as a pioneering woman writer, her contributions to literature, her exploration of challenging themes, and her lasting influence on subsequent generations. Her ability to overcome societal barriers and make a mark in a male-dominated field is a testament to her talent and resilience. Aphra Behn's works had a notable influence on society, both during her time and in the centuries that followed. Her writings engaged with contemporary issues, challenged societal norms, and contributed to the evolution of literature and cultural discourse. Here's an examination of how her works influenced society. Challenging gender roles and norms. Behn's plays, such as The Rover, featured strong and independent female characters who challenged traditional gender roles. These portrayals pushed the boundaries of societal expectations for women, encouraging discussions about women's agency and empowerment. Shaping Restoration drama. Behn played a crucial role in shaping the genre of Restoration comedy. Her plays, characterized by witty dialogue and exploration of social dynamics, contributed to the popularity of this genre. This influence extended to subsequent playwrights who continued to use satire and humor to comment on society. Exploration of sexuality and desire. Behn's frank discussions of sexuality and desire were groundbreaking for her time. Her works openly addressed topics related to love, lust, and relationships, contributing to a more open discourse about human emotions and experiences. Critique of hypocrisy. Through her plays, Behn often critiqued societal hypocrisy, particularly when it came to matters of morality and sexuality. By exposing the double standards of the time, she prompted audiences to reflect on the inconsistencies within society. Representation of marginalized voices. Behn's characters often represented diverse backgrounds and perspectives. Her works provided a glimpse into the lives of individuals from various social classes and cultural contexts, contributing to a broader understanding of human experiences. Political commentary. Behn's writings, including her plays and poetry, engaged with political issues of her time. Her support for the monarchy and her involvement in political circles are reflected in her works. Her perspective on politics and society provided insight into the complexities of the Restoration era. Literary legacy. Behn's contributions helped pave the way for future generations of women writers. Her success as a professional writer demonstrated that women could thrive in the literary world, inspiring other women to pursue careers in writing and challenging the notion that certain fields were reserved for men. Continued influence. Behn's themes and storytelling techniques continue to inspire contemporary writers. Her exploration of complex characters, moral dilemmas, and societal norms remains relevant as modern authors engage with similar issues in their works. Feminist interpretations. In recent decades, Behn's works have been revisited by feminist scholars and critics who examine her portrayal of women, agency, and gender dynamics. These interpretations have contributed to ongoing discussions about women's representation in literature. Cultural reflection. Behn's writings offer a snapshot of Restoration society, capturing its values, conflicts, and aspirations. Her works provide valuable insights into the social fabric of her time, helping historians and scholars understand the era's cultural landscape. In conclusion, Aphra Behn's works influenced society by challenging gender norms, contributing to literary genres, exploring taboo subjects, critiquing hypocrisy, representing marginalized voices, engaging with politics, and leaving a lasting legacy for women writers. Her influence continues to be felt in discussions about gender, power, and social dynamics, making her an enduring figure in literary and cultural history. Let's explore how Aphra Behn's works influenced society with specific examples from her writings. Challenging gender roles and norms. Example. In Behn's play, The Rover, the character of Angelica Bianca stands out as a strong and independent woman who refuses to be controlled by societal norms. Her boldness in pursuing her own desires challenges the conventional idea of passive femininity. Angelica's character inspires discussions about women's agency and autonomy. Shaping Restoration drama. Example. Behn's play, The Rover, is a prime example of Restoration comedy. Its witty dialogue, playful banter, and satirical elements reflect the characteristics of the genre. The success and popularity of such works contributed to the evolution of comedic drama during the Restoration era. Exploration of sexuality and desire. Example. Behn's novella, Orinoco, explores themes of love and desire in the context of a tragic love story. The relationship between Orinoco and Amoanda challenges racial and social boundaries, while the passionate emotions they share contribute to a nuanced portrayal of love and human connection. Critique of hypocrisy. Example. In The Rover, the male characters engage in libertine behavior while the female characters, such as Florinda, are judged more harshly for their actions. This critique of societal double standards is evident in the different ways characters of different genders are treated, prompting the audience to reflect on societal hypocrisy. Representation of marginalized voices. Example. In her play, The Widow Ranter, Behn portrays the character of Mary, a Native American woman, who speaks about the injustices faced by her people. Mary's voice represents a marginalized perspective and sheds light on the mistreatment of indigenous populations, contributing to a broader understanding of colonial history. Political commentary. Example. Behn's poem, A Pindaric on the Happy Coronation of His Most Sacred Majesty James II, celebrates the coronation of James II and expresses support for the monarchy. The poem reflects Behn's political stance and demonstrates how her writings engaged with contemporary political events. Literary legacy. Example. Behn's success as a playwright paved the way for later women writers. Her influence can be seen in the works of authors like Frances Burney, Jane Austen, and Virginia Woolf, who, in their own ways, continued to challenge societal norms and provide diverse perspectives in literature. Continued influence. Example. Behn's exploration of complex characters and moral dilemmas can be observed in modern literature. Contemporary authors often create characters with multidimensional personalities, just as Behn did with her characters in The Rover and other works. Feminist interpretations. Example. Feminist scholars have examined Behn's play, The Rover, through a feminist lens, highlighting the agency of female characters like Angelica. Such analyses contribute to discussions about women's roles and representation in literature. Cultural reflection. Example. Behn's play, The Rover, provides insights into the cultural attitudes and societal norms of the Restoration era, including how individuals navigated love, social hierarchies, and personal desires during a time of political change and uncertainty. These examples illustrate how Aphra Behn's works influenced society by challenging norms, contributing to literary genres, addressing taboo topics, critiquing societal issues, representing marginalized voices, engaging with politics, inspiring future writers, and providing a lens through which to understand historical and cultural contexts.